everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amy. This is Luna, and Lilith is hiding and you can't see her. I am a witch, and on this channel, The Shadowed Path, we talk about witchcraft and sorcery and paganism from my perspective. What I've learned, the things that I'm continuing to learn, and stuff that I wish someone had told me. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video if you like it at the end, and share it with somebody else that you think might like it. So I'm sure that you noticed in the title, but today I'm doing a channeled tarot message for somebody. Maybe I'll know who it's for by the time I post this, and I'll put that in the title, but I just felt drawn to do this, and I don't really know why or who it's for. So I'm planning to figure that out as we go along. So I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a little bit, and we'll get going. My space is fluffy and wrinkled, and I feel like that's just the way that this is gonna be. I know that videos are supposed to be aesthetically pleasing, but this is just my life, you guys. So there's really only so much you can do when you have dogs or cats who shed and bounce around all the time. This one's Lilith. Hi, Lily. You're a sweet baby. Okay, so I guess before I get started, I'm just gonna do what I'm feeling led to do right now, which is, first of all, to light some incense. Trigger warning. Blood and wounding. I'm actually gonna prick my finger and put a little bit of blood on the incense. I don't always do this. I don't even usually do this, but I felt drawn to do it today. So today I'm doing it. It was a clean pin that I've never used for anything else before, and it's not going to get used for anything else ever again. Something else that I like to use are like medical lancets. If you can get them, they're not in short supply, because I know that people need them for actual medical things, like checking their blood sugar and stuff. But those are really, really great for single use. Blood drawing, really, really great. I don't know what this incense is. I feel like it might be sandalwood. I feel like it's probably sandalwood. This is just the one that I picked out that I felt like I was supposed to use, so. Okay. I'm going to start by cleansing the deck. Not doing smoke scrying today. Cleansing the deck. This is a new deck. I've played with it a little, but I haven't used it for any readings yet. And this is the one that I felt like I should use today. I haven't done a tarot reading on this channel in a while, and normally I would do a pick a reading, like pick a card or whatever, but it's like lots of cards, and tell y'all to skip ahead to the one that best suits you. But I'm just going to trust that whoever needs to see this sees it. Whomever, I don't know what the right spelling of that is. Is it spelling even if you say it out loud, or is it then pronunciation? Or is pronunciation just how you say the words that are spelled? Bet you'd never know I was a writing major, huh? I even write things for a living. That's like my actual job, you guys. My real life actual job that supports me for right now is that I am a writer. A writer. A word wielder. Shuffling tarot decks is something that I feel like really helps with my OCD because I don't get to just do it a certain number of times or a certain way and then call it a day. I have to use my intuition and sort of discern like when it's done. I think I do always sort of have in mind a certain like number when it comes to these things, and so if I'm trying to get away from that, I'll just go until I can't even remember, you know, just until it feels right. And sometimes I'll get a number in my mind, like this is the number of times I need to, no, what are you doing? Okay, so I guess that's gonna be the first card. I really don't fully know who this reading is gonna be for. I feel like it's going to be a certain group of people, like maybe the collective unconscious, maybe those of us who are awake, maybe for twin flames, maybe for August, the people who are gonna have an August in a few days. Just like hopefully everybody. Yeah. Okay, so we're setting this card aside. I'd also like to note that we are at the tail end of having a full moon. So we are having a waning full moon right now, which is incredible. Incredible! Okay, so before I get going, I'm going to put down this is a pendulum board that a very good friend of mine made for me. She's a fellow witch and artist, and she made me this board, and this board is so sassy. It has such a personality. She's a real bitch. I've only used it a few times because I truly am not sure if this board even likes me, but I just get her out when I feel like it's time, and today it felt like it was time. So how I'm going to use this today is I'm going to ask what this reading is for, or who this reading is for, and I think I'm going to use this circle right here. Will you help me? Yes. Okay, thank you. Who is this reading for? This one. Okay, is it this one? No. Okay. So, okay. Thank you for your help here. Is this the deck I should use? Okay, that's what I thought. First card is a Five of Pentacles. This is the card that fell out. I don't yet know how this is going to affect the reading, but just in case you want to see it, this is the Five of Pentacles. The 5 is diamonds, and then there's a little mouse or a rat or something, and he's next to a cracked and exposed brick wall, and there's a big old wedge of cheese next to him that has a few nibbles out of it. And that's the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles usually represents wealth or riches or resources or whatever you need being within your reach, but potentially like you're not able to see them, or you're not reaching out to them, or you're not receiving that they are there. My board told me that this reading is for self. I would normally take that to mean that it was for me, and it might be for me, but I think it in this case actually means that it's a personal reading for a few people. It is for people who are struggling with themselves, with their sense of self, and their current state of existence and like overall purpose. That's how I'm feeling about that. So, whew, cut the deck. Alright, so I'm going to do a real simple past, present, future spread. All of these cards are, this is the present as it pertains to the current situation or question. This is the past as it pertains to the current situation or question. And this is the future of this current situation or question, or as it pertains to the current situation or question. The near future, if everything stays on course the way that it currently is. So if no changes are made in decisions, then this is the near future. I'm gonna flip over the past card. Past card is a 5 of Wands. Interesting, there are already a lot of 5s. I don't know how well you can see that. There we go. So this card represents a lot of players. There are 5 people with pool cues and different colored nails, and balls in the middle between the pool cues, pool balls, the billiard balls. I don't know what these balls are called. This card represents there being a lot of moving pieces, a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of key players, a lot of outside force, a lot of outside input, and competition. So that could mean that you're getting pulled in a lot of directions. You are allowing other people's perspectives and points of view and opinions to decide what you did and how you felt about yourself. They're all pulling you in a different direction from actually even knowing who you are. Instead of getting to know who you are on the inside, you're letting all of these different influences decide that for you. This one is the King of Wands. Wand in this case is represented by a candle the king is holding, and then the robes are all brightly colored like a Russian egg or like an Easter egg. The king also looks very androgynous, possibly feminine. Is this a female king? This might be a lady king. Might be a king with no gender. Or a very effeminate king? Male king, who knows? I feel like this card is representing the need to just pick one. Not the need because that's the right thing or the correct thing, but the need due to society's expectations, social circumstances, life circumstances, the aforementioned people's opinions and personalities, the need to choose, to decide on a sense of self, to decide on a personality, to decide on a path, and just pick one and stick with it and be happy with it no matter what. Like the pressure to do that and the suppression of the rest of the inside of yourself because of this decision to take a stand, pick a side, and choose a persona for the rest of the world to see and leave the rest of it behind. So much smoky smokes. So much smoky smokes. Okay, here's the last card. This is the Emperor. Can you see? This is the Emperor card. So I actually went ahead and looked this one up in the book the artist made because I felt like I wanted the artist description for this, and I'm really glad that I did. So I'm just going to quickly read it to you. This is the Small Spells Tarot, and it is by Rachel Howe, Howe. And I got this in Marfa, Texas. The Emperor is a number 4, and it represents control, structure, responsibility, a need to create more boundaries or to break away from limitations, an authority in your life, foundation, the institutions that shape the way you live, the job you go to every day, the school you attend, your neighborhood, and your community. These can act as either support or confinement, understanding structure as a tool rather than law, finding a solid base so that you can take action from a secure place, making sense of the world. Various shapes and structures are stacked in a row, showing how balance is needed between organically recognizing forms to create safety out of chaos and imposing rule in an attempt to control, seeing where adhering to others' ideals works and doesn't work for you, finding autonomy. So I feel like that is the message for this card, that it's all about balance, deciding your own structure, finding autonomy, and only allowing the outside influences that you want to contribute to the structure of who you are. You know, finding balance and support in those things, but also not allowing yourself to be confined too much. And then the 5 of Pentacles, I think, is the resolution card, which is that you have the resources and everything that you need at your disposal. And it is just up to you to recognize that and to grab those things, take hold of them, and apply them to your life, to find your sense of self, to find your own balance, to find your own structure, your solid and safe foundation from which to build. And it's not too late. It's never too late. We are alive until we're not anymore. So whether you have 1 day left or 1,000 days left or 10,000 days left, who you are right now in this moment is the you that matters. And you get to make that decision. You get to decide. I'm going to post a photo of this reading on the screen right here real quick so that y'all can see it. And yeah, that is it for it today. Thank you so much for joining me on my waning full moon tarot reading for somebody. If this tarot reading was for you, and you could relate to it or you felt like it was helpful, I would love to hear about that. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment down below, it does help the algorithm, but I also would genuinely like to know how you felt about this reading. And if you leave a comment within the first couple of hours that I post this video, then I will actually meet you in the comments. I'll be down there chatting with people and responding and replying for the first couple of hours. So it actually really does benefit you if you watch this video when it's released. Speaking of, if you subscribe and hit the bell icon, then choose all, you will know you'll get a notification every time I post a video, which again is, useful considering that I'm super inconsistent, even though I've been really trying to upload on the same day every week and have a sort of like regular schedule. It just doesn't always work out. So it can be helpful, and it can be a helpful reminder, even if you know when I usually post things. I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of my wonderful patrons over on Patreon. Hey y'all, Editing Amy here. I just wanted to take a second to give a big old shout out to my two newest patrons over on Patreon, V Blah and AK4Y. Just in case y'all are wondering, I don't use people's real names from Patreon. I use their screen names, their usernames, unless they like explicitly tell me that I can use their real names, because some people don't want their identity all over the internet. So I just wanted to give a big shout out and a huge thank you to V Blah and AK4Y. Thank you so much. If you want to support this channel beyond just subscribing, because subscribing and watching my videos is the easiest and best way to support me, but if you want to help me work toward making this my full-time gig, or you just like what I do, then consider supporting me on Patreon. I believe our lowest tier begins at $3. It might be $1. I'm just really thankful for all the wonderful people that I've met over there. Patrons also get priority video requests and get to see my videos a day or two before I release them to the public. Also, if you would like to see more readings from me, if you would like to see me do more videos doing readings, respond to my pinned comment, or give it a thumbs up, so that I know if this is some of the kind of content that y'all want to see. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day.